What's up guys, welcome to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron, and if it's your first time seeing one of my videos, I'd like to welcome you to my channel where I do music reviews and we just chill and talk about all the things that we love or hate. And if you have anything you want me to review, new, old, album, EP, single, whatever, go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what it is, and it'll be featured on upcoming Request Wednesday. And if you do that, or you just happen to like what you see here and you enjoy like reviews on metalcore and deathcore, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on your requested review, or you just don't miss out on any of my upcoming reviews. But for today's review, we're going to be checking out the new single Intensified Genocide by the band Shadow of Intent. The deathcore band from Connecticut has finally released some new music since their last album about 2 or 3 years ago. Even though they've been around since 2013, they've only actually come out with 3 albums in total. Their earlier albums were based on the game Halo, which is where they get their name from. Shadow of Intent is one of the ships from the game. And their last album moved away from that. It was called Melancholy, and it was a very deep concept album, and it's one of the best deathcore albums I've ever listened to. In fact, it's the only album I believe that I've given a straight 10 out of 10 to. So I put this band on a pedestal when they say they're coming out with some new music. So I was Intensified Genocide, I was ready to hear something really good. When Ben-Dur was asked what this song was about, he stated, "With this song, we touch on some of the darkest chapters in human history." And yeah, there's some really dark stuff in this song, whether it be some more current things that are going on or even stuff a little bit further in the past. And it kind of points to people who are in higher up positions in governments and different things like that, pointing the finger at them, blaming them for a lot of the stuff that's been going on. And the lyrics are very, very well written. They definitely pulled the thesaurus out for this one. And I love how they don't mess around. I mean, they just jump right into it with some guitar trills, a snare that sounds like gunfire, and of course, Ben's vocals sound incredible as to be expected. And even when I'm looking at the lyrics and I'm listening to the song, it's so hard to really keep up with where it's at and what it is exactly he's saying, like in certain parts. I mean, he just has such a quick delivery. It flows so well with the music, especially when there's random like pinched harmonics thrown in there, adding a little bit more emphasis to different things. And the pre-chorus is just nasty. The rhythm in it is fantastic, makes you want to start thrashing around your room. And that's not to say that I don't love the chorus as well, which has tons of layers to it. The beautiful melody and Ben's vocals, again, it just really brings out the diversity that this band has, and it shows that they could do a lot more than just bring this wall of heavily distorted sound. And the chorus makes everything feel like it's at a standstill, when the verses, they're like a steamroller and it just keeps going, it doesn't let up, and it's heavy and it's just beating the crap out of you. And then you get to the chorus and it's like everything freezes for a second. They do get a little technical with the guitar solo in the bridge, but I mean, it's nothing too crazy. I gotta admit, I am a little shocked though that there wasn't like this huge epic build up into a breakdown. I mean, it's not like the song really needed it, because it is already really, it's a heavy song without it. I mean, the verses, it's super heavy, and then the pre-chorus is pretty heavy, and they don't really need anything like a breakdown to really slow the tempo of things up, because the chorus kind of does that anyway. So it's not needed, but again, I'm shocked that they didn't do it just for the sake of doing it and being heavy. I will say it seems like they decided to take more of the musical route to death metal instead of the core side of deathcore. And I kind of felt like they were going to go in that direction anyways after listening to Melancholy. They started to lean a little bit more to the death side of deathcore instead of the core side of it. The best part about this song is how heavy it is. It's just an onslaught of brutality. Even in the more calming moments like the chorus, where things are a little bit more melodic and they bring us some harmonies and more layers to the song, Ben still keeps the aggression up with his distorted vocals and definitely the lyrics, to say the least. My only issue with this song is nothing really stands out that much. I mean, there's nothing that memorable about this song, and I think it's because they just kind of steamroll straight on through. It sacrifices dynamics for the sake of death metal when they do that. I mean, even the guitar solo, it doesn't stand out that much. The chorus sounds great, but it's nothing that I really want to keep going back to like it was on Melancholy. They kind of blend in with what everybody else in deathcore and the genre is just doing right now. They don't stand out like I feel like Shadow of Intent should be standing out. Even the lyrics, which, like I said, are well written, are just regurgitated stuff that other deathcore and death metal bands have been singing about for the past, even just last year. Some of the more specific things that they touch on. I mean, Fit for an Autopsy came out with Fear Tomorrow like during the pandemic, and everything after that's been kind of the same thing over and over. And I'm not saying that they started the trend or anything, but it's just been kind of based on that, just how everything's horrible. It's the government's fault. It's our fault. The world's falling apart. And I feel like Shadow of Intent, when they do that, they kind of just joined in with everybody, and it kind of took away their little spark and their flair and their charm that they had. So with all that said, I gotta give Intensified Genocide by Shadow of Intent a 3.9 out of 5. And I know would be very hard for any band to continually put out 10 out of 10 music, but if anybody can do it, I feel like Shadow of Intent can. I don't know if Intensified Genocide is gonna be, if it's like a single off of a new album, or if it's just gonna be a single all by itself. But I'm still looking forward to a new album, and I got my fingers crossed for these guys. But I want to know what you guys think of Intensified Genocide. If you've listened to it, let me know what you thought in the comments. If you haven't, I'm going to leave a link for it down in the description below. Go ahead and give it a listen, and let me know what you would rate it. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a like. Leave a comment below letting me know what I should review next. If you do that, or you just enjoy metal reviews, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on any of my future stuff. And doing any of those things helps support me and my channel, and maybe I'll find favor in the eyes of the YouTube algorithm through all these different things, and I appreciate it more than you guys could ever imagine. I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you happen to be watching this, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
I was